Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing another coaching session. We're going to be looking at another, I believe it's a Morgana mid-game. Special thanks to Roland again. Generous donation. We'll be looking at Morgana again. So, I just did a coaching session with Roland, with Morgana Middle in the previous video, so might repeat a couple of the things here. Just keep in mind that he submitted both of these at the same time, and so he had not heard my feedback in this game. So we'll see if some of the similar stuff is happening. If it is, then that's probably a good thing, because that means that it's a common sort of occurrence in a lot of games, and therefore if you fix it, it'll help out a lot. It's not just a fluke, maybe some of the things I was suggesting in the last game. Okay, but let's get back to it here. So thank you again, I really appreciate the donation. This is at the very end of 821. Okay. Different matchup, though. So we've got a Riven. Now they have a Rammus jungle, so you have to be really careful about that Rammus jungle. Because obviously Rammus has really good ganks. Now, you should be able to Black Shield and walk out of it, though, because neither Rammus nor Riven... I guess Rammus has some magic damage, but they shouldn't have enough to break your Black Shield. So you should just be able to walk away. Okay, now Riven went down here. So one important thing to do with this lane is to let your team know when the Riven leaves. So just ping question mark on your lane. You can actually press tab and then left click on the Riven as well, and it will message that person in the chat. So just spam ping the Riven like 3 times and then press like 2 question marks where you are, and then do maybe a back ping in the river. Like, you gotta ping a lot. Just like 1 question mark middle is not enough. Usually I ping who it is. Usually I'll ping missing, then I'll ping who it is, and then I'll ping back to where I think they're going. But you're not gonna be able to chase her if she pushes you in, so, and you don't have teleport, so your best option is gonna be just to try to push in and punish. Just make her miss some CS. But she's likely going to push you in and try to roam. So yeah, just help your team, try not to be off guard. But yeah, you can't really follow her, because if she catches you out, unless you get really far ahead, if she catches you out, she's going to kill you. Yeah, like I mentioned in the last video, it might be really helpful if you... this top lane's Kaisa, huh? It's Zillion... Amumu bottom. Okay. It'll be helpful to work on the last hitting. You don't have to spend forever, but before you play a game, just maybe go into the practice tool and just practice last hitting a little bit. If you end up playing the same champion a lot, it gets easier because you get used to just how much damage your auto attacks will deal in the early game. Sometimes it can take a little time, especially with mages who don't get a lot of AD early. It can be a little tricky to last hit. So, and Morgana early on, ironically, is kind of hard to last hit with because you have a really short auto attack range, and your wave does really small, like your W does really small incremental damage. So like right, what happened with that one is the creeps can actually do more damage per tick than your wave. This is part of why you want to max your W first. Okay, good. Then that helps you later on push a little bit faster. Yeah, you need to be careful how you're managing this wave. Like, ideally, you want to try to keep it just outside of your tower. It's a little bit advanced, I think, for... you know, sort of what's going on in this game, but if you can just learn how to keep your minion wave right here, if you're in a defensive lane, which you should be, because Riven has kill threat on you, if you can just keep it right here and not let it hit your tower, that's perfect, because then she's going to have a hard time diving your tower, and an enemy jungler is going to have a hard time diving you as well. So, in this situation, you don't just want to walk up when the lane's even and just use your W, because then it's going to push towards Riven. And if she does that to you, if she freezes it right here, you're going to have to come up in the lane if you want a last hit. And that means you're going to be exposed to Rammus or Riven. Riven can just run at you, and Rammus could potentially come around the side. And once again, I think you can get out of this if you Black Shield fast enough, if that happens, but Black Shield is not going to block any of the damage from Riven. It's just going to stop her from stunning you, so that can still be a problem. Now, she's really far ahead of you right now, so you definitely do not want to fight her under, like, any circumstances, unless Yi, like, is going to help you out. Okay, Rammus is over here. So one thing to work on as you're just, you know, pushing into their towers, Morgana, is just like watch the mini-map. Now this is kind of the danger zone I was talking about, where he's going to make you come up here. Now Riven's probably going to run over here, so you want to ping your team and let them know that Riven's about to show up, probably. Yeah, there she is. She might get a kill or two. Yeah, so ideally, yeah, you just be vigilant of that. Just know that she's probably going to go do that. And you'll want to ping, like, question mark, and then the most important thing would be ping back, and then ping, like, Riven's picture, like, maybe 3 times. I know that's a lot to kind of cover and think about when you're trying to process, when you're trying to hit the minions and things like that. But especially as Morgana, who's like, you're not really looking to fight her, you're just trying to keep the lane even, you should be able to put a little bit more of your attention on the mini-map and just try to see sort of where people are. Don't think it was necessary to flash there, just because she used her ult over here. Maybe you didn't see that. I guess it's better safe than sorry. I would maybe, if you're scared, like, start by using your ult, and then if she continues to go and doesn't run away, then maybe you can flash out. Now, she also has teleport instead of ignite, so she's not going to have as much kill threat, but yeah, she's got your summoners now. She got both of them. So whenever her ult's up, and after she buys, she's going to have a lot of gold because she killed 2 people and she hasn't backed yet. So she's probably going to come back. I don't even know what Riven. I haven't seen a Riven in a while. But she's going to come back with something nasty. She has Tiamat right now, but I don't know if she's going to go for the full lifesteal one or not. She might go for something like a Bloodthirster. Okay, so she's headed up top. Okay, she might be headed up top. So I would ping Darius. Okay, I'm about to say she might be taking your blue. Did they get your blue? Yeah, Rammus got it. So the reason I was thinking that was because she like was walking back and then she stutter stepped back over here towards blue. So once again, little advance there probably. But if you notice that, you could go ahead and tell Yi, hey, they took your blue. And then maybe he could go and take Rammus's blue or something. Or he could go take Dragon because he would know that Rammus is on the top side of the map. And your bot lane has priority, so they're able to push in right now. And they're getting an advantage over the bot lane. So you maybe could have, if you saw that he was going for blue, just ping it, say Rammus's top side, let's Dragon. And just like ping this a lot. And maybe your bot lane will rotate. That might be a little too fancy, you know, for this elo. I'm not sure what elo this is at, but you know, it might be worth at least calling it. Just get practice, like, making that call, and if your team doesn't go, then that's fine. At least you're, you know, improving your awareness, right, of what's going on. Yeah, if you ever see the jungler on one side of the map and you know where he is, just see if you can do something on the other side of the map, a lot of times. So if they're taking your buff, see if you can... Okay, Riven's coming over here, so try to let him know. I think he's just going to run, so... But Darius might get caught up here. They can see him on this. Okay, you are pinging missing, which is good. Push the lane, push the lane. Okay, she's back. You are catching up a little bit in the deficit. Okay, it looks like she's going for, like, Cleaver, I guess? You guys don't really have tanks. I don't know. I mean, Cleaver is good on her, I suppose, but I was thinking she was going to go like Hydra or something. Since she already has the Tiamat, but like, I'm not entirely sure. I have to research the Riven. So, see if you can Q her. There you go. Nice. Good job. If she tries to go on you like that too, you can just ult her immediately and just see sort of how she reacts. Put a black shield on him if... Well, never mind, never mind. About to say, if Master Yi ever shows up to your lane, put a black shield on him immediately so that Riven can't stun him. And he might be able to kill Riven if he gets enough kills. But you do not want, like, Rammus stunning him or Riven stunning him. Master Yi's probably going to be your #1 black shield priority. Ult. Probably. Got a little too close there. Oh my gosh. Level 6 to level 10. That's a rough one. Okay, well I guess at least the CS is not going to waste. He's getting a couple there. What are you working? Okay, getting the Lost Chapter. I mean, Lost Chapter does help you just kind of push really quickly. Like I said in the last video, I think maybe trying out like a Glacial Augment GLT build might be worth exploring on Morgana, just to give her even more utility. Make sure you hit your mines, slow people for your ult. Don't go. I guess his ult timed out. It's close. Yeah, just keep pushing this in. You're gonna be too late. So use your W, keep pushing. While you're waiting, go like farm these raptors or something. Yeah, you're gonna be too late.
Blue team's turret.
Yeah, I would either farm these raptors or go up here and push this in more. Just like use your W more on this, because you know Riven and Rammus are both down there. Like Rammus just died, and Riven's down there, so you just want to put as much pressure down as you can. So it's safe to come up here. Especially if you black shield, like we know that Riven's there. Oh yeah, turn that on, I forgot.
Dominating.
Ta-da.
Crash goes out tonight.
Oh, I thought it was last night. Okay, well, it's there.
It's already out there?
Yeah. Oh,
There's a reminder in your calendar.
okay. I should probably double check that, because I told my mom the wrong one. I think.
I had told her one says only.
Okay. Well, maybe she figured it out. I don't know. We'll take a look. Do what? Oh, cool. Yeah, so you don't need to. We don't need to hire a maid service or anything. Just bring her in. We kind of nice. Mostly jokingly looked at like how much just like a maid service would cost to come in.
Oh, no, I was serious.
Like every 2 weeks.
I was serious. Way too much. Well, that was a big commercial maid service. A person would probably do it.
Yeah, we could hire. We could hire like a kid on the block to come in. I mean, or we could just clean it. You know. I clean a lot. I've done a lot of laundry. Trash, litter.
Red team double kill.
Well, we're still in unpacking. That is all cleaning. Those are all things that are dirty that get cleaned.
Shut down.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom.
Say.
Oh yeah, do you have anything to clean the toilet with? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're bringing home the bacon.
Alright, well, I'm doing a coaching session here, so I gotta. good. Cleaning is fun. Fun for everyone. Put a black shield on that Yi if you can.
Red team double kill.
So that she can't stun him and potentially get away. Hey, thanks for the sub, Will. I appreciate it. Okay, good. I mean, I would have put a black shield on the Yi. Anytime, like, a fight's breaking out, we talked about this in the last video, just make sure that black shield goes on somebody, you know? Like in the last video, just make sure everything's on cooldown. If you get close enough to the Riven, if she's close to you or you're close to her, just use your ult. Just make her, you know, flash or, you know, just slow her down a little bit. It does do some initial damage. You know, that can help out. Yeah, you might get rotated on by Rammus here. So you might have to black shield yourself. But yeah, just go ahead and black shield early. If somebody's close to you, just use your ult. It's a low cooldown. You know, just use your stuff. Whenever you can. Black shield. Okay. Thought she might go for you there. Let's say be very careful. You're just gonna have to get with this probably. You can drop a W or something there. Another reason I think the Glacial Augment, like either Twin Shadows or GLP, might be a good idea is that helps your team too. It slows everybody down, so that's going to let Darius catch up to him. You know, that's going to let Varus hit his ultimate on him. Like, it just adds a lot of extra utility to your build. I'm actually curious to kind of trying that out myself as support for it. I don't think it has any mana regen components on it, but... Oh no, where is she? Say, oh, get him, get him. I think you probably could have rotated up here. Let me take one more look. What was going on? Was Riven scaring you off? Yeah, I might just follow the Darius here. Darius can keep you safe from Riven. He should be able to dunk her if she comes up to you. So I would probably just follow Darius up here. Because it's not safe for you to be here by yourself anyways, with all this darkness around you. So I'd probably just follow Darius around. I think he's pretty strong right now. Yeah, he's got Trinity Force. Now, they win this fight anyways, but I think if you were there with like a black shield and maybe just throw a Q in there, it would have helped some. So yeah, at this point, you just really want to kind of be close to other people because if you get caught out by Riven, you're almost certainly going to die. Yeah, she's got Cleaver and Ice. The showdown. Okay, well, I guess Riven can't take him. Looks like you were off the map for a while there. Were you using the fountains? You have to go like, get the door or something. Let me see.
Shut down.
Or am I just blind?
Shut down.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not sure what happened there, but obviously you want to make sure that as much as possible that you're, you know, engaged in the game. So, you know, if you know there's going to be a package delivered at the door or you got, like, a pizza coming out of the oven or something, you know, you want to wait to queue up. Obviously, sometimes, you know, you can spill water on yourself or, you know, something's going on in the other room you have to attend to or whatever, you know, stuff happens, but obviously if you're playing ranked and trying to climb up, you know, you want to make sure that you're there for most of the game. There's not a ton to say about that. I'm surprised Riven didn't go for you there. Yeah, I would save your Q. There's a pretty low probability you're going to hit her, and even if you do, you don't have enough damage to really threaten her. So I would just save that Q defensively for if she runs at you so that you can get away. Yeah, black shielded, black shielded, black shielded, black shielded. Yeah, I maybe would have black shielded and then healed and tried to hit him with a Q. Save. Now, Kaisa does do a decent chunk of magic damage, so your black shield would help prevent some of that damage. Nice. Faster. I guess he doesn't have that skin. It's a cool skin. Try to get over here. Just in general, I think a good rule of thumb is just be around people. If there's a fight going on, you know, just your basic instinct should be, I want to be there. I want to be at that fight. Because Morgana's not a fantastic split pusher, you know, because she can get caught out and killed, you know, pretty easily. So I would rotate down there. Like, you maybe could have turned this around if you were there with them. You know, you just black shielded that Varus. Like, maybe that gives him enough time to get some kills. So yeah, just see if you can just cast a W here on this right here. Don't worry about doing damage with the W, it really doesn't do that much. Sadie, hang on. It really doesn't do that much. Like, use it on the minions to wave clear. Because if they don't have minions at this tower, then they can't revive you. Yeah, black shield somebody. Anybody. On, Darius. Let's put the black shield on. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just really, I don't know, like, people might get Ludens normally on Morgana. I just think, like, if I want Ludens, it needs to be on a champion who has some, like, pretty good burst damage. I mean, I guess Morgana can fit that bill, but especially kind of with your playstyle, you know, where it's like a really defensive playstyle. Sorry about that. I thought I had my phone muted. It's like a really defensive playstyle. You know, I would just go for that utility. I really do think that maybe the Glacial plus either GLP or Twin Shadows could be a good utility option for you. Or like I said before, even something like Ardent Sensor isn't terrible. Like Redemption isn't terrible. A little odd to get it as a mid laner, but now it's not a mana item, which is GLP is a mana item though. So I think that like Glacial Augment plus GLP could be pretty legit. As far as like helping you hit your Qs, keeping people in range for your ult. Oh man, the plays. Black. Okay, get ready to Black Shield. And like I mentioned in the last one too, you want to make sure that you can actually land those Black Shield, like right there. Black Shield, Black Shield, Black Shield. Somebody. Anybody. Remember it lasts, I think, for like 7 seconds. It's 5 or 7 seconds. It's a really long time.
Red team.
So it's very unlikely that it's gonna end up going to waste, you know. I'd probably go for Ionian boost too. You're just so far behind, like in the damage department. I don't think they like sorcerer boost. Like if you're really far ahead, if you get a lot of kills, maybe you can do sorcerer boost. But I think the Ionian's just gonna be better. Just more CC, more summoners. You know, just a lot more utility. Black shield.
Shut down. A summoner has disconnected.
Oh no. Alright, well, good effort. Okay, so a lot of the same stuff I said in the last video is going to apply still here. With a couple of caveats, you know, that I would kind of add on. I would say you definitely, like, try to rotate and be at the fights more often. So if you see a fight's going on, just run over there. You know, if there's people there, you know, even if when you're trying to learn, like, when you should go over there, if you're a little bit late and you waste some time, you know, moving in between, while you're in kind of this learning process, I'd rather see you do that. I'd rather you see you recognize at some point, hey, you know, there's a fight going on over there. I should be over there. I can help people. I'd rather see you do that and be like a little bit late as you know, get faster at it and learn when you should rotate and when you shouldn't. I think you should probably err on the side of rotation. And so that's one thing. Another thing, we talked about the wave management, which is a little more advanced, but just like communicating, if you're against somebody who's going to roam a lot, or really just anybody, if they go outside of your vision, just let the enemy team, or let your team know that faster, right? So like ping missing, ping the person's portrait, ping to back up if you have an idea of which direction they ran, and hopefully that'll give your team time to react. Some champions you could follow and maybe like counter gank. So if they try to gank, you could show up around the same time and turn the fight. But with Morgana, I don't really think that's a good option. She just doesn't roam very well. She can get caught out, especially by Riven and killed while you're in transit. So I think just letting your team know that's going on and then pushing the lane in could be a good idea. As far as itemization, you know, I would just get utility items at this point if you play Morgana middle. So maybe like Glacial Augment plus GLP or Twin Shadows. I mean, Luden's okay, but Morgana doesn't have huge mana problems. So, I don't know. Hourglass is always good too if you want to initiate more, be a little bit more proactive. Doesn't seem to be your current playstyle, but it is a style that can work for Morgana sometimes. So I think that's a decent option. As we mentioned last time, just try to be, just put your stuff on cooldown. You know, if a fight's breaking out, make sure you use your Q. Definitely make sure you put that black shield on somebody. You know, so make sure that's on cooldown, and then, yeah, if you have ults or you have item actives or whatever, just make sure that you use everything. Buy control wards too. Like, control wards help out a ton with vision. Just always have a control ward on the map. I do have an entire vision video on the channel. I have several if you want to see like optimal places to put wards. But really anywhere that's near the top of the bottom side of the river, any of those little bushes in that area, just drop a control ward in there and that'll be fine. And that'll not only give you vision of the area, but it gives the rest of your team vision too. So they'll know if they can go aggressive. You can warn them faster and let them know someone's rotating down there. Like, it's a huge boon to your team. And I know paying 75 gold for a control ward sounds like a lot every time you back, but it has huge results. I mean, it can save people from dying. It can get your team kills. It can give your team the confidence to make plays across the map. Like, it's an investment. It's not a tax. It's an investment. So I would definitely recommend getting those control wards. Other than that, I mean, you had a couple of good binds. You stayed relatively safe a decent amount of the time. That Riven looks like, she was pretty good. She might be smurfing in this game. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I thought you did okay. I thought you did okay. Just work on those things. Work on your vision. Work on communicating sort of what's going on so your team knows how to respond. Work on the itemization a little bit. And then just err on the side of rotating and joining your team whenever a fight breaks out. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. As always, I really appreciate it, Rollin. Anyone else who would like a coaching session, you can email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. All one word. Is just $20 for off-stream, $25 for on-stream. If you become a $5 member of the channel per month, it's like a Twitch sub through PayPal, then you can get $5 off any coaching or guides that you might want to commission. So be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. Anyone out there watching that enjoys this, I'll also have a link to my other coaching sessions, a playlist of it in the description, so you can kind of like flip through and see if there are any of your favorite champions that I might coach. You could get some free advice off of that. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I'll see everybody next time.